Scrutable Guide in the New York Magazine was a popular food column that almost dictated how New Yorkers go out to eat in the 70s. Its columnist Gail Green, in her big feature on New York's Chinese restaurants in 1979, listed her all-time favorites. One of them is the heavenly fish from Shun Palace. What is heavenly fish? It's an angel fish. Now, in today's episode, we'll try to make some of Shun Li's heavenly fish. Hi, my name is Christy, and this is the American Chinese Food Show. Any fish that tastes heavenly can be named heavenly fish. Fish fillets with a yogurt and milk sauce, you can even make it in the microwave with mayo and Parmesan cheese. But at Shun Li, heavenly fish was filet in a delicate wine sauce with snow peas and the sweet snap of freshwater chestnut. Is this dish Chinese? Yes, if you take away the snow peas and the water chestnuts. This is probably Chef T.T. Wang's own rendition of jiao liu yu, sautéed sliced fish in rice wine sauce. Many people assume the dish is Shanghainese, but it actually originates from Lu cuisine in Shandong, one of the 8 Chinese culinary schools. Legend has it an emperor prepared a feast for his favorite concubine's birthday during the Ming Dynasty. Among the imperial chefs was a master of the Lu cuisine from Fushan who cooked a dish of fish fillet in a fragrant marinade. The dish was so fresh, aromatic, and tender, they could still taste the lingering aroma of the fish the next day. How do you achieve that level of aroma? From the most important ingredient of the dish, zhao, a marinade made from fermented wheat and glutinous rice with koji, then mixed with Shaoxing aged wine and an osmanthus brine. You can use it to marinate soft boiled eggs, shrimp, chicken, and more. It's usually eaten cold during the summer. Not surprisingly, the heavenly fish dish you could get at Shun Li was slightly different. The most important zhao is nowhere to be found as expected. In fact, it's still pretty difficult to buy zhao even today in the United States. The crunchiness of tree ears was replaced by 2 more common ingredients found in America. Water chestnuts made a Chinese-American staple early on thanks to chop suey and snow peas, which became popular around the 60s for its crispy mouthfeel and bright green colors. And also, acceptable amount of exoticness. Who knew you can eat the pod? Heavenly fish had been there since day 1 of Shun Li in 1965. The first recipe published on the dish is from just a year after the opening. The now almost 60-year-old recipe came out probably as a promotional piece for Shun Li Dynasty, since in the photo we see the custom Russell Wright designed teapot. A new dish, heavenly fish, originally was discovered in the Shun Li Dynasty restaurant New York City as creation of executive chef Wang, who prepares it in a large steel wok, or the Chinese version of the frying pan. The article went ahead to explain stir-fry with its Cantonese name Tao. The method employs the use of oil rather than water as a cooking medium. The high temperatures seal the juices within the food, account for the crisp texture and fresh flavor. Overcooking is one of the most serious sins one can commit in a Chinese kitchen. The other is not eating food immediately when it's piping hot, or not waiting for elderly to start first. Chef Wang cautioned readers not to leave the skillet, or the fish will not be heavenly for long. Cut bars into 3-inch pieces. Mix together with fork, egg whites, 3 teaspoons blended cornstarch, and half a teaspoon salt. Dip bars into mixture and drop into hot oil. Cook 2 to 3 minutes. Remove from oil, drain, and set aside. I think the beauty of this recipe is that it introduces some fundamental Chinese cooking techniques without the readers realizing it. It asks for marinating the fish in cornstarch and passing it briefly through hot oil. That's velveting. The cornstarch marinade tenderizes the protein. It also provides a coating that allows it to brown more evenly and keeps it juicy. Mix together sherry, bouillon, 3 teaspoons blended cornstarch, sugar, MSG, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I'm using chicken stock here. In the recipe, Shaoxing wine is substituted by dry sherry, which is very typical even today since the two share a similar flavor profile. I don't have dry sherry, but I have Shaoxing, so that's what I use. Place snow peas and water chestnuts in hot skillets and saute over high heat 3 minutes. Cast iron fell out of favor around when the recipe was published in the 1960s. American housewives were likely to be using an aluminum or stainless steel frying pan for this. Pour cornstarch mixture into skillet, cook and stir until thickened. Return bars to skillet and heat to serving temperature. Serve with steamed or fried rice. So we ate all the snow peas from our garden just days before, and I'm too cheap to buy snow peas when I can harvest more in a few days, so I just picked up pea flour as a garnish. What I love about this recipe is that it's so easy to make, yet gives some distinct Chinese flavors without asking for impossible ingredients or seasoning, not even a drop of soy sauce. Typical fish recipes of the time were mostly baked in a casserole, heavy with butter. Heavenly Fish really set itself apart. Even with just Shaoxing and chicken stock, the sauce feels delicate, barely hanging onto the slippery fish. In 1979, an AP writer reused the recipe in a feature on Chinese New Year dinner that was syndicated all over the country. So many more American housewives were able to try making this dish with scrod or cod fillet. In 2007, Michael Tong, previous owner of Shun, came out with the Shun cookbook, Recipes from a Chinese Restaurant Dynasty. Heavenly Fish is the first dish in the fish section. This Beijing dish is delicate in color, texture, and flavor. The thin squares of fish are cooked for only a few seconds, so they remain milky white and tender. The silken fish contrasts with the crispness of the snow peas and the water chestnuts, and also with the subtle crunch of the tree ear mushrooms. I'm happy to see he added back the tree ear mushrooms you see in the traditional jiaoyu dish. That's it for the first episode of our brand new Chinese Cooking Back in Time series. Let me know what recipes you want me to try. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.